Hey, I just heard a piece of news I kind of wanted to share and maybe discuss and hear your thoughts. But Alan Moore, he didn't announce it. He doesn't tweet. He's not really a publicity person. But somebody announced for him, his publisher, Bloomsbury, that they have signed a deal in which he's going to commit to writing or releasing a short story collection next year in 2022 called Illminations. And then in 2024, he's going to begin a multi-volume series of books. And I've heard different numbers, like either 4 books or 5 books. It's going to be multi-volumes. That much is clear. I think it's called Long London. So yeah, the short story collection, Illminations, in which each story contains a character becoming illuminated. Which to me, knowing that he likes James Joyce, immediately makes me think of Dubliners, in which virtually every story is about an epiphany, which is just a different name for an illumination. The other series, Long London, either 4 or 5 volumes, I don't know, I'm kind of confused, but it's multi-volume, it's fantasy. One press release I read said epic fantasy. I think that was a mistake. I don't feel like he's going to be doing epic fantasy. I don't think that person really understood how that term epic fantasy kind of implies kind of like Tolkien and Game of Thrones and Dungeons, this whole like Dungeons and Dragons type feel of a very, I mean, it's inventive and it's creative, but it's kind of, it has its stock figures and settings that are kind of ready-made. So I just bring this up because one of my most popular videos was a review of Alan Moore's massive book, Jerusalem, which I reviewed way back in 2016. And I think it's gotten like 20,000 views or something. Anyways, I'll review these next books if they ever happen. I'm surprised he's committing to so many books so far in advance, but hey, that's how contracts work, I guess. You know, I may have been a bit harsh in that Jerusalem review. I'll link to it below if you haven't read Jerusalem or you're curious about Jerusalem. But there were parts in it that were still very wonderful, so I'm hoping that he can kind of learn lessons from Jerusalem and kind of sweep away the bad stuff and just have a book of the good stuff, maybe. And I also liked his first novel a lot, Voice of the Fire, which I've heard it described as a novel, others as a short story collection, but it's clearly is a running narrative of some sorts. I think maybe he might be a little better at that format, these like short episodes. So I'm looking forward. I can't talk. I'm looking forward to Illuminations and kind of warily, cautiously looking forward to Long London and Alan Moore having a long life to complete all these books. What about you? Are you still fond of Alan Moore? I haven't read. There's a few of his more recent books, like the Neonomicon and Providence, those Lovecraft-influenced stories that I've never really dipped into because, I don't know, the art didn't really interest me, but I decided to check them out, and maybe I'll talk about them at some point soon. So anyways, what do you guys think of recent Alan Moore stuff? The last thing I read by him was the last League of Extraordinary Gentlemen book, which I liked a lot. So he still is a very good writer when... I would say he still has his faculties and abilities about him. So I'm looking forward to pretty much anything he writes. I'll give it a try.